Good morning, millennials.
Welcome back to The Toast, and happy Tuesday that feels like a Friday because we're fucking celebrating, bitch. That's right. It's the last toast of the week, and while you might be crying, I am singing because my work week is over. Yours probably isn't, and I'm really sorry, but mine is, even though I have so much work to do tomorrow, I'm working a full day tomorrow.
Right. Really sorry that we had the foresight, couple of geniuses here. We had the foresight to take off the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And I just want to say thank you to Jackson Claude of Yore who made that decision. But the good news is, I know you're probably like, what the fuck? Like, I wasn't ready. The good news is there's so much good news. First of all, Claudia and I recorded a Patreon episode yesterday that's going up tomorrow morning. So if you need your daily dose of toast, head to patreon.com/thetoast. It's a really fun episode because unlike other toasts, it's the Fast 5 stories that you need for the Thanksgiving dinner table. A couple of, icebreakers, non-divisive things to talk about with your family and friends.
It's a annual episode Jack and I record every year. Just try to leave you guys for the holiday season with good non-hot topics to talk about, literally moronic things going on in the country that you could bring up with family you hate, family you disagree with, family you feel awkward around. The episode was so funny. And then we also go into, of course, what are we thankful for this season? It was a very beautiful way to tie up. So if you're looking for an episode tomorrow, you still have to work. It'll be released at 9 a.m. It's already been recorded. And then Thursday is Thanksgiving. I know some people do have to go back to work on Friday. So we also have an episode coming out Friday. Me and Ben Soffer Celebrity, we are podcasting together. We haven't heard from him since the big news.
And we haven't heard from the two of you together. I'm sure he talks about it on Good Guys. I heard he said some nice stuff.
Yeah, he did.
But the two of you together need to share how you're feeling as a couple. So I'm really excited for you guys to get in the booth.
Of course. And I think that when a lot of people heard I'm pregnant, they said what does this mean for BSC? So we're going to hear, what does it mean?
For BSC. So
we've got you covered this week while we're taking some time.
That's why we're extra celebrating and rubbing in your face because we don't even feel so bad because we've got you covered and now we get to be off and enjoy the best time of year.
It is monsooning. Literally, I woke up, I'm it must be 4 a.m. It was 7:30. It is seriously so dark outside. And of course, I have to spend the afternoon out and about traversing, looking for studio spaces because the studio that I had found for last time I updated you guys about my new great studio, that's half the price. Well, I found out why it was half the price. It was the craziest lease ever. And I can't, seriously, Jackie, if I put that lease in our company name, we would be ruined financially. It was seriously setting us up for bankruptcy.
With what it entailed, you'd be better off buying office space. That would have been a better use of your money.
Or paying triple in rent. It was seriously, so today, me and Ben's sister, she's been so steadfast in this process. But, she found an office building with studio space that literally it might as well be in my apartment building. It's so close. So, you know what? I'm holding out hope. Maybe it's meant to be. But just know I was bragging a couple of weeks ago. I ain't moving for a while.
And I know a part of you is happy. Because you love being staying where you are and I feel you weren't looking forward to moving.
I actually was for a multitude of reasons. One, there's so much construction going on in this building. It's really hindering my ability to record premium audio. And two, at one point in my life, maybe last year when I was really at my peak active lifestyle, I found the walk to be really just the perfect amount of blocks. These days, it's about 3 blocks too long. Ben drove me to work today. My first trimester, Ben drove me to work for an entire month. Oh, and fun fact about Ben and driving, our car, we've noticed literally a couple of days ago, has 3 flat tires.
Oh my God.
Jackie, it seriously will not stop Ben's hopper. He's been driving all morning. He had to run uptown to do some errands. He drove all day yesterday, all day today. He literally, and the car is being serviced and picked up tomorrow. But you would never know we had 3 flat tires based on how frequently Ben's been using the car. And he dropped me off today. I turned around.
And it's deflated.
Just to watch him drive away. The car is on the floor.
Oh my God.
I was cracking up so hard. And Ben drives so aggressively too. So he's this big aggressive driver
go
with one wheel.
Wait, how did that happen? Did it all happen at once?
No,
did someone slash your tires?
So like on the dash, it always tells you when your tire pressure is low. And like one by one, they started to light up and we just like ignored it. And we were like, okay, air pressure, but no, like it's literally flat. Like,
oh my gosh.
Oh my God, Jackie, it's the funniest thing. Like,
that is so crazy. Like if that ever happens, like where I have a flat tire, like just get rid of the car. Like I'm not dealing with that.
And speaking of Ben, he would just absolutely kill me if I didn't let everyone know that the Spritz Society Black Friday Cyber Monday sale started early. It starts today, and it's our biggest discount of the year. The code for the toasters is TOAST30. It's 30% off site-wide. It's the biggest discount of the year. You know, up until now, it was Craig 20. Yeah. Sorry, Craig, move over. It's TOAST30. It's the best time of year to try Spritz Society. We just launched new cans, so they're bigger now. They're 12 ounces. Craig's lemon iced tea, pink lemonade, peach, pickle, and actually, let me give a little spoiler. You know what's happening today? I don't know if you know this. They went on production on like a new. Ben's gonna kill me. I don't even know if
I know. Okay, I didn't know it was
on
today.
A new collab.
Yeah.
So remember we did like the pickle flavor with Clausen pickles. We're doing a flavor. I don't know when it's coming out with like probably one of the biggest brands in the world. And like, let me tell you, who is this product for?
Olivia.
On the count of three, yes. The collab we're doing is literally for our sister Olivia. You guys are going to die. So lots of big things happening at Spritz Society. Visit spritzsociety.com. Shop all of our Black Friday deals. Remember to use code TOAST30 for 30% off site-wide. It starts today and it ends on December 2nd. We also have a new bundle that includes the All-Star Pack. It's a bundle of all the flavors. It's a great holiday gift. So spritzsociety.com, code TOAST30. Sorry, as long as we're talking about Ben, you know.
Thank you, turtsociety.com.
We should start the Turt Society. a competitor to Spritz.
Yeah, I will be a founding member. That's the only society I want to be a part of is the Turt Society.
Yeah, and the Tortured Dead Poets, of course.
The Tortured Dead Poets. What do we do at Turt Society? You'll have to join
to find out. You'll have to join to find out, yeah. It's kind of like a members only thing.
For sure. For damn sure.
We have a great show. It's Tuesday.
There's a lot to do, even though like we're about to like head off into the sunset, like not without doing so much work right now.
Yeah, so it's Tuesday, and in this season of our lives, Tuesday means Dear Toasters, our weekly advice segment, so that will be at the end of the show. We've got meaty stories. I feel like there's a lot going on in the world.
I actually have like 8 stories up on my iPad, and when you do the ads, I'm going to whittle it down to 5, but I might sneak a few extras in there. So today is a Tuesday.
I just want to make sure you don't cut. I know you chose that the interviewer from Defying Gravity, Holding Space, she did a follow-up interview about how her life has changed. Don't cut that.
Okay, I won't cut it. But today is a Tuesday. That feels like a Friday. But also a Wednesday because we're doing Dear Toasters.
It's so confusing to be us.
But for you guys, it might feel like a Thursday because you're working tomorrow.
And you know what's so much better? Because it could feel like a Tuesday, which it is, you know?
Yeah. So this week is just like, it's just such a great week on the Cal. I want to thank everyone who like planned it up high at federalholidays.com.
I want to ask you if you would like to respond to some of the criticism you received from yesterday's episode. The comments were ablaze.
Sure. What's the charge?
So Jackie and I were discussing Ariana Grande, and Jackie had said
how she's always wanted to be in Wicked, but she wanted to be Elphaba. And everyone's saying, do you want to be Glinda? Do you want to be Glinda? There's a tweet from 2011. Okay, I'm sure there's a tweet from 2011, but she literally said on the Zach Sang show during the Seven Rings era that her dream is Wicked, always been Wicked. She would do anything for Wicked, and it's Elphaba, like that. But she would do either, but like she leads with Elphaba. That's also like why she did The Wizard and I when she did the anniversary. There's also all these videos of her singing Wicked throughout her life, and she typically goes for The Wizard and I and Defying Gravity. Now, she also did that popular song collab with Mika. She has really,
I'm all about popular.
Like, and also she met Kristen Chenoweth when she was on Broadway. Like, she's had an affinity for both. But she said on the Zach Sang show, Elphaba would be her first choice. And that's what I was quoting. So...
And by the way, I think what people were referring to is during this press junket, I think on like Jimmy Fallon, she had said that they wanted her to audition for both, and she was happy to do both, but she really preferred Glinda, but they knew because of her voice and her Wizard and I cover that they had wanted her just to sing for Elphaba, but she was hoping that it was going to be Glinda. So I think everybody's right.
Yeah, I think everybody's right. She said both. I think she truly would have been happy with either and is happy with either, and so we're all right. Then also, I guess, Fiyero becomes the Tin Man. Nope. Fiyero becomes the Scarecrow, and Bach becomes the Tin Man. That makes no difference to me.
I'll figure it out in part 2.
I was just saying, like, these characters become those characters. I don't really care who's who. So there's the other Q-rection.
I didn't think that required a correction, honestly.
But that's also what they were in a tizzy about. And there something
No,
else?
Wicked is really, it's starting a lot of conversations.
Yeah, good conversations. Everyone's having a lot of fun, and you love to see it.
I think a lot of people are trying to identify within themselves whomst they are.
Oh, yeah. We had a big conversation with Sachi yesterday. Not Olivia.
Do you think Margot's still mad at us?
Probably. Olivia hasn't seen the movie, so she, like...
I don't want to spoil it.
And of course, she's seen the show, but if you asked me, like, 5 days ago, are you with Glinda or Alphaba, I'd say, like, stop asking me stupid questions.
Yeah,
like, you have to, like, see the movie to care about this question right now. So we were talking with Sachi about who she is, and feelings were hurt. She left the chat.
She left the chat because we said that she was Nessa Rose. Because she was saying, am I an Alphaba or Glinda, an Alphaba or Glinda? And honestly, we didn't feel like she really fit the criteria for either one of them. So we looked to other characters and we said, okay, you're Nessa Rose. And she actually got so offended, she left the chat.
Yeah. At first, when I was talking to her privately, I said that she was the wizard, like this like big ominous figure that like you can't really get a hold of. She didn't like that either. I don't know what she wanted to hear. Like, if I'm Alphaba and you're Glinda.
By the way, she only wants to hear that she's Alphaba.
Who the fuck else is there? Like, we're not gonna have two Alphabas in this situation.
I actually think there is no snitchy representation in Wicked, and that's okay.
That is okay. And I was also saying it depends on the context. Like, if she's playing the game with like Emily, yeah, she could be the Alphaba and Emily is the Glinda. Sure.
But we were talking about in the context of our family.
In the context of me being Alphaba and you being Glinda, then yeah, she's the little sister who wants nothing to do with her big green sis.
Nessa. No, but by the way,
Nessa?
this conversation, Jackie,
Nessa?
we're digging ourselves into like a deeper grave. She's gonna be mad at us for saying it. She's like, I actually think she's not speaking to us.
I think so too. So Wicked is starting drama.
Yeah, interfamily drama.
And I seriously, like, who did she want us to say? Miss Marble? You said she's Bo and Yang.
She is.
She is.
That's the thing about Sachi. She's so dynamic. She could really be any of them, except for Alphaba.
It depends who she's talking to. She could be
correct,
except for Alphaba.
Listen, I'm having a lot of fun with you, but like we have business to attend to. I feel like we have meaty stories and dear toasters, and I want to be able to give it 100%. And I'm at this place. I saw somebody like oh my God, not me having a stroke. I saw somebody like making fun of me. Claudia is so dramatic. She can't go 1 hour without eating because in the middle of the podcast yesterday, like I literally almost fainted. So I had a bite of my yogurt. I always keep a provision on my table. I have a Fiber One bar today. And am I like unique in my pregnancy that like if a period of time goes by without eating, like an hour, like I feel sick?
No. Also, I saw someone, ate up that commenter by saying you've obviously never been pregnant. So
facts.
They took care of themselves. Also, like, baby's hungry. So sure, maybe you could wait another 20 minutes, but baby is hungry.
Right, let me deprive my child to make you comfortable.
Right, and it's like, I was probably talking, you probably put your mic away. So it's really just like, it's bothering you that she ate, not that you heard it or that you saw it, just like you don't like the fact that she had to eat during the podcast. You feel disrespected. Get over it.
No, and here's a little tip to anybody who is looking to start a podcast while also snacking on something. Yogurt is the perfect thing. You really don't hear it. I have a Fiber One bar today. It's chewy, it's crunchy. It's not going to be good, so I'll do my best to keep it, at bay. But a yogurt, it's kind of parchy with like, nothing in it. No like crunchy. Some people put like granola and shit. No.
Yeah. No,
you don't chew. You just swallow.
As long as I'm speaking and you move the microphone, do what you need to do. Just move the
Thanks,
microphone.
Jax.
So now, without further ado, here are the Fast 5 stories that you need to know.
And the Fast 5 stories that you need to know are brought to you by Amazon Live. And this is a very special Amazon Live announcement because I'm going to tell you all about Amazon Live. I'm sure you're familiar. I'm sure you've watched my streams and loved them. And I'm so excited to announce we're doing a new one. So December 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we are doing a premium holiday Amazon Live featuring Girl with No Job, Turdy Lou, Ben Soffer, celebrity chef. He will be cooking for us. And Nessa Rose herself, Margot Oshry. So Amazon Live is an incredible shopping video platform where you can explore the hottest products while connecting with the biggest influencers, like myself. You'll be able to see products in action and shop as you watch. They've got everything from beauty essentials to live get ready with me demos, plus real-time try-on hauls and latest trends. You can ask questions in the live chat, have fun with whoever's streaming. I'm also excited to announce that we're going to be on Amazon Live, Ben, Margot, and I, this Cyber Monday, December 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. To kick off the holiday gifting season, we'll be sharing our top gift picks, hosting hacks, meal inspo, and we'll be doing a Secret Santa. By the way, we're doing a Secret Santa. I'm not going to tell you who I got, but we had to pick gifts for the person that we got. Seriously, Nobody's ever picked a funnier gift than me. Like, I'm about to slay the house down, Boots. You're going to have to tune in to see. So as always, we'll be answering all your questions in the chat. It'll be a hot mess, so don't miss out. Head to amazon.com/thetoast where you'll find all of my Amazon lives, and make sure to tune in December 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern time for premium holiday content. You can also stream and shop Amazon Live's new live TV channel on Prime Video under the DIY section and shop along on your phone. It's going to be so much fun. We can't wait to see you there. Today's episode is also brought to you by Blue Nile. What a year it's been. We have a lot to celebrate. I mean, in November alone, how many, dreams did we check off our list? And, you want to give yourself credit, make yourself feel good. And it feels like a good time to step back and look at your life in this moment. Commemorate it with something beautiful. That's one of my favorite things to do. Actually, a good friend of mine, Tinks, she told me when I turned 30, I was like a little stressed about it. She was like, buy yourself a piece of jewelry. Like, to commemorate big milestones with a piece of jewelry, it's kind of like this timeless classic thing. And Blue Nile is the perfect place to do it. Something sparkly. In all seriousness, if you're thinking of buying jewelry, there's no better place to do it than BlueNile.com. So whether you're looking for a bit of special sparkle for yourself, or to give the best holiday gift of all time, Blue Nile offers some of the highest quality standards in the industry at prices significantly below traditional retail. So maybe you're thinking of finally springing for that piece you've always wanted, or you're just thinking of what everyday piece will make the most impact on your outfits in 2025. Well, check out Blue Nile for all of your jewelry needs. They have the most helpful customer service. If you have questions about what to get, their jewelry experts are on hand 24/7 via phone or chat. So if you have technical questions, budget suggestions, they're here to make you feel confident about every purchase. Speaking of, you'll also get 30-day returns and a diamond price match guarantee. So you can't beat the ease and convenience of shopping Blue Nile or the selection. They've got thousands of independently graded diamonds for you to sift through, and I think that their quality really speaks for itself. I have such a fabulous pair of hoop earrings from Blue Nile that are made so well. I've never seen them anywhere. They're like so different. They're really pretty. So go to BlueNile.com to shop Blue Nile, the original online jeweler since 1999. That's Blue Nile, Nile.com, BlueNile.com. Today's episode is also brought to you by Skylight Frames. So it's that time of year where you need a gift for like really the most important people in your life and the people whom you want to convey like how much you love them. And I think a Skylight Frame is the perfect gift during the holidays. And if gift giving isn't your love language, sometimes you overthink it, you wind up with something disappointing. Check out the Skylight Frames. It is seriously something the whole family will love. You can upload thousands of photos with your phone and watch them. It's a digital photo frame. So you'll be able to upload photos literally directly from your phone to frame that you gave your grandma. Maybe she lives in Florida. Maybe she lives across the country. You'll be able to communicate with her like right there. She'll be able to like it. It's the cutest thing. So you can add new photos to the frame from your phone, and you can do it from anywhere. It's touch screen, so it's a real game changer. Even if you're not like a really tech savvy person, like you're getting it for your grandma, it's really easy to set up, and it's really easy for her to engage with it. You could swipe through photos, tap to see new photos that are sent. There's a little heart button. It looks really great in your home. It comes in two different sizes, the original 10-inch and now a larger 15-inch gallery frame. And the photos are displayed in HD resolution. You can choose from 5 different frame styles. You can set it up in portrait mode, in landscape mode, really customize it for whatever your aesthetic is. It's really better than social media. And they have gift mode, which makes it a very meaningful, personalized gift. You can preload it with memories without even opening the box. So surprise them with old sentimental photos as soon as it's plugged in. They have a satisfaction guarantee, and as a special offer, limited time for our listeners, get $20 off your purchase of a Skylight Frame when you go to skylightframe.com/toast. That's SKYLIGHT frame.com/toast to get $20 off your purchase now at skylightframe.com/toast.
Thank you, /Chert.
What can I say except you're welcome?
And that's an ad for Moana too.
Yeah, it is. Oh my God. I watched Jeopardy last night. They're really kind of out of control.
Sellouts?
Almost they had a sponsored Moana.
What the fuck were the questions?
They were actually good. It was about like the geography of like the Polynesian islands. So they were actually very intellectual questions. It wasn't about, actually there was one question where you had to identify and it was Maui. Like that was really stupid. The others were like which tribe, which native land. Like it was, if you're smart, like you would know it. But, and do you know who won the episode last night? Like a newcomer. Do you know what he does for a living?
He's a podcaster?
He's a priest. And he was wearing like a priest neck thing. Like I just thought it was crazy.
Like
and there were a couple of categories.
How we're wearing today.
Yes. And there were a couple of categories that were like a little risque that he got every single answer right in the cocktail one.
That's a little sus, don't you find?
Yeah. But he was really smart. So we'll be seeing him again tonight.
Interesting. We're wearing these outfits in solidarity with him.
Amen.
That's a little sus. You don't want your priest to know all the risque answers, but okay.
Yeah. But I guess like when you can't get married, you can't like date or have sex.
You turn to
just
trivia.
Like study. You study the Bible. You study everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess, like, are priests allowed to drink?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Wine,
of course.
and that movie Raising Helen like really threw me through a loop because she ends up like falling in love and dating a pastor, and pastors can have families and get married.
They do have families. Seventh Heaven.
Correct.
Yeah, it's true.
And that movie did a lot for me.
Our first story, some Bravo news. Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz's namesake bar, Schwartz and Sandy's, is closing after just 2 years. Schwartz and Sandy's is closing after opening to the public in November 2022. The Toms announced the news via Instagram on Monday with personal statements on the situation.
If this was me, this is information you would have had to waterboard out of me. Like, the fact that they freely put out a statement, like, admitting after everything, I would have just quietly shut it down. Yeah, everybody would have, like, talked about it, but I don't know when the hell Vanderpump Rules is coming back. Like, to admit, I don't know who, like, there are so many people who feel vindicated. Obviously, Katie Maloney, right?
Yeah.
Everyone who hates Tom Sandoval, Ariana, of course. But then it's like, this affects so many people. Like, what about that money that Tom Sandoval took from his, like, retired mother? Like,
yeah.
Like, you couldn't have tortured this information out of me.
Right, but they also, in their statements, like, towards the end of their statements, they kind of had a plea, like, have your party here, like, we're closing, have this here holiday party, lizard funeral, whatever. Like, maybe they need a little bit more business just to, like, pay off the creditors.
You know what it sounds like? There is a commercial, like, since I'm a child, of, like, lumber liquidators going out of business sale, but they've been going out of business since I'm 6. Like, but I think they do very well because everybody thinks it's, like, the last opportunity to get lumber and to liquidate. So maybe that's what they're doing. They're, like, permanently in a state of going out of business.
Yeah.
To generate sales.
Yeah, and like everyone thinks they're getting a discount. Now, I just want to say I've never been a fan of Schwartz and Sandy's. I didn't like the name. I thought they were wrong for it. Too big of a space. All the issues that everyone had with it, I'm so there. And they totally mismanaged the situation. And when you have your name on a building, you've got to act right in your personal life. And Sandoval completely fucking fumbled the ball. However, like, this news actually did not bring me joy.
No, me neither. It's not. It only brought me joy because, like, I love to see Tom Sandoval fail. Like, that actually makes me extremely happy. But their business partner, who was just like a restaurateur who put a lot of money into this, Tom Sandoval's like triplet brothers all put money, like all the people, like I could cry just thinking about all the regular folk who thought this was like a good investment, putting their money in the hands of 2 idiots.
Yeah.
Like, that makes me sad. I completely agree.
And it's just like, at the end of the day, like, it's a small business that failed. There's a lot of people that work there. Like, it's just, you don't want to see it go out of business. Now, I know, like, he's did the crime and he's going to do the time, and this is all the consequences of his actions, period. But it affects a lot of other people, and it's just like, I don't love to see it. Even when people were like, taking out their anger about Sandoval and like going to the restaurant and
vandalizing the bathroom.
And like, keep your ire online where it started.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that this bar failing is a direct result of Sandoval, or it was always going to fail, even if the show had continued and, he didn't have an affair with Raquel?
Great question.
Like, it was a poorly managed business.
I think it wouldn't have had like so much longevity for the aforementioned reasons, but I think it failed this quickly because of Sandoval. I don't think they could recover. They opened after months of investment and months of waiting and building to really, maybe they had a few good months before it was completely boycotted. Like, now people, it's not just the interest in Vanderpump Rules has waned. Like, now people are taking a stand and they don't want to go there. And I think that it is happening now because of Sandoval, and they just like they had no business.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think it was ever going to be like a gangbusters type of facility, but this is very quick.
I think for as long as the show went on, the business could have gone on. There are so many other bars that are affiliated with this world, but like, people are taking a moral stand by like not going to this business to punish him. And I think that's all a result of Sandoval.
And I don't know if you saw this because it happened this morning, a little adjacent Vanderpump Rules news.
I did. That's part B of this story. Kristen Doute is pregnant. Doute.
I'm really happy for her.
Me as well. She shared that her and Luke, they're engaged now, but they conceived via IUI. She shared on season 1 of The Valley how she was trying to get pregnant, and then they had pregnancy loss, and then early this year, like, they were back trying, and they got pregnant on the first try of IUI.
That's so great. I'm really happy for her.
Yeah, me too, and should all be unfolding on season 2 of The Valley.
Yeah, and it feels like the Valley's really progressing. There's a lot going on with the cast, and like I hear a lot about like production updates. And I can't say the same for Vanderpump Rules. Like it seems like everything's at a standstill.
So I heard about Vanderpump Rules. I think I saw this on Dumois, and it seemed like a really good theory that the reason why Vanderpump Rules is going to end after this season is because the show is too expensive now. The cast members get paid too much.
Like $1 million a season.
But
there's so many of them.
That's what they deserve after being on 12 seasons of reality TV. And so they're paying like millions in cast salaries, and it's just, that's a good theory. A good financial decision. So even though everybody wants to do it and everybody is doing this next season, she said everybody is doing this next season. So that like includes Ariana and Tom. It's just too expensive of a show. And when you think like how these reality shows start out, it's people making $20,000 a season, and the
even
production, like the budgets for the show are low, the overhead is low.
They take road trips.
It gets just too big. And that's what we're seeing now.
That's a very good theory, and I could see that. Even if it was like a successful show at Bravo, I think it gets really hard with reality shows just in general being less popular, like cable network reality shows. So you really can't, like a new show, that's why like Roni, I think that probably had a lot to do with why Roni Legacy. They were all OGs. They were all getting paid at least $1 million a season.
Right.
And now you're paying Rebecca Minkoff $10,000.
No,
like,
when you start over,
fresh.
You get to start fresh. It actually makes a lot of sense as to why shows would start over even before they need to, you know?
Yes, and even a successful franchise, successful is different than what it used to mean, and I don't think even a successful franchise can make money or be successful when you have that much in cast salaries. That's a very good point.
Yeah, so even though some of them might now go over to the Valley, like they might have to take a pay cut, but I actually think, now in thinking about it this way, it's worth, say you don't make a lot of money from your season of the show, the opportunities that it brings you, like, and the potential for earning, I think is worth doing
1,000%. Other reality shows, Instagram, followers, appearances, 1,000%.
I think things got like a little out of control and people are making like them. But that's also what happens when you bring on like the Denise Richardses and they're making $2 million just to come on the show. And then the people who built the show are like, well, we want more then.
Right, and I feel like a good example of someone that's doing it well is like Southern Charm. Because if you actually think it's such a big cast, but who is an OG now? Like Shep, Craig.
Shep and Craig are the only OGs. Yeah, Austin's been around a while, but
they're the only ones probably making around $1 million a season. Like, you know, I think at that level you're getting paid like $30,000 to $50,000 an episode, and you do like 15, 20 episodes. So it's actually good how they've sort of shed over the years original castmates, because if there was 10 of them, you can't afford that.
Yeah. So that's the latest in the Vanderpump world.
Lots going on.
Yeah. Our next story, the holding space for Defying Gravity viral journalist is talking about getting recognized in public selling merch and what on earth she meant. So Variety sat down with the journalist, whose name is Tracy E. Gilchrist, but Tracy.
She's such a Tracy.
She's such a Tracy, and she's being asked all the questions about what she meant, you know, how the reaction is affecting her, what she thinks about it. So she's talking about the day at the junket, which was actually like weeks ago. She said this didn't go viral till like a few weeks after the interview, and like her phone started blowing up, and she's just sort of like riding this wave. She was also asked how she would define holding space, which I think is a good question. And actually, she gave as good of an answer as you could possibly give.
Show me to me, please.
She said, I was very inspired by Toni Morrison from GLAAD. He posted the lyrics of Defying Gravity before I did my interview. It was a great explainer. Holding space is being physically, emotionally, and mentally present with someone or something. For me, it means being in the moment, not being distracted, and feeling something on a cellular level. I think you can hold space with lyrics of a song, one you've heard 100 times, and it can suddenly take on a new meaning when you're a queer person.
Okay, so it's giving like paying attention.
Yeah, it's giving resonating.
Yeah, and like seeing something perhaps for the first time.
Through a new lens. The lyrics of Defying Gravity are really resonating with people, is really, I think, what she meant.
Now, I thought the most...
Cynthia is saying, good, that's what I wanted.
Well, so the most interesting part of this interview was when she's asked like very specifically why she said that question. She said that actually was not my question. It was a lead up to the question. I was going to say, you know, a lot of people are holding space for lyrics and finding power in that.
Yeah.
What do you think that means? But she said Cynthia had such a reaction to that lead up portion that she just sort of wrote it. She was really unexpected. That was really unexpected. And when she said, I mean, I'm in queer media, she was like, I literally didn't know what to say.
Right.
Because she's having this like emotion, Cynthia is having this like emotional moment, and you don't want to follow it up with a question because let her have her moment. So you just offer like supplemental information.
Right. She said like in the interview that she was seeing that on social media, people holding space, but she said actually most of it came from a conversation with her friend. She was using that to tee up the question. She was thrown off by Cynthia's response, and she could have said, I have all these friends and this is our conversation, but instead she said, I'm in queer media.
And honestly, like, I think what I thought this journalist would have been like in real life, it seems to me that she's not. Like, she just seemed like she's someone who takes herself so seriously. I'm like, okay, it's wicked. Like, and reading this interview, I was like, oh my God, she's literally just a girly. Like, it was kind of this accident.
Oh, I feel like she is like that 5 seconds that we got of her. Like, now we're getting an extrapolated version, and like it's the same. But the good news is like she has a sense of humor about it, and like she thinks it's awesome. She also, they were asking like, what's next? Are you going to sell merch? Like, you know, they're comparing it to like very demure, very mindful. They said they are a viral moment like that's insane. And so she said that she's a little slower than the internet. Friends of hers were telling her to get a merch store up and running. She said she's already seeing t-shirts and ball caps. She said she has not considered the full breadth of what this might be. I had a podcast with The Advocate several years ago, so who knows? Maybe a little podcast.
Stop, I love her. Jackie, like, I feel for, you know, anyone who works in media, like, to get this kind of recognition, like, you can't even dream of attention like this. But also, she's really become like a gay icon, which I feel like for a gay woman is probably like the best thing that could happen to you. Like, everybody's wearing t-shirts with her face on it. Like, everybody's quoting her. Like, I'm actually like so happy for this lady. And the more I hear from her in this interview, she sounds like, to me, I'm getting like, the person who I saw in that interview, I was like, she kind of seems insufferable. But now hearing from her, it seems like it was like this total accident. She wasn't actually asking that as a question. I was like, oh, she's more normal than I thought she was going to be. And I'm so happy for somebody I've never met. And speaking of demure, do you know that that's Merriam-Webster word of the year?
Yes, that was a story that got booted.
Well, you know what? I'm glad we can talk about it now because I think it's a good word. Like it was an underrated word in the language, and having it be brought back to the forefront, I appreciate. And I feel like sometimes they make word of the year like Riz. Like that's not a word, okay?
No, but you know what is a word? The Rizzler. I have like fallen down a Rizzler rabbit hole.
Oh, well, that's good because I have so much to send you.
I'm happy to see you here down the hole.
Yeah.
I just like, I don't know. I've always like, ever since I met Costco guys and you told me about them, like I've always thought they were endearing and paid attention. But like now when I see their videos, like I'm not okay.
We need a documentary.
We do.
Like a real Netflix one. Did you see that
one of them at the Knicks game? Just going like.
Of course I did. Jackie, did you see the professional wrestling thing? Did your husband show it to you?
No.
Oh, because the person whom I share all my Rizzler and Costco guy content with is your husband. We go back and forth.
Okay.
And they did like a professional wrestling, not like a WWE, but a similar, like in this big arena. The dad.
I saw a promo for it.
The dad wrestled. Obviously, he won, even though it was like staged. And AJ and the Riz were also involved in some sort of, like kind of supporting actors. It was really one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life.
That is so crazy. And how do they know the Rizzler?
Family friend of the fam. I think that they initially, they started separately, and then they very early on in both of their careers did a collab, and it was one of their more popular videos. So they just kept doing it. And now they keep adding like supplemental characters to the crew. We're not really interested. Like I like the family and I like the Rizzler. Like stop. They're trying to make all these other people happen. It's not.
Like Claudia, it was just shocking. Anyways.
No, they're not real.
Demure, not Rizzler, unfortunately. Demure is the word of the year. I do like it. I hope people would, take heed and maybe act in a more demure fashion. In their everyday life.
And like, I like that we're all learning new words. That's the whole point of word of the year. And it also is reflective of a word we used a lot this year.
Yeah.
I mean, my word of the year, of course, is emblematic, but I'm different. I'm not like other girls.
My word of the year, 5 years running, is nefarious.
Nefarious.
What was I think our word of the year would probably be like Gargy, yeah.
Or girly, or swirly. I think this year was swirly. Yeah, swirly.
This year would be swirly, or Turt 30.
Or
Turt.com.
Yeah.
Turd and branch.
Yeah, probably.
So many words, so many years.
Too little time.
Are you ready for our next story? Hugh Grant is responding to Luann de Lesseps. I have to just like share his half of the story.
His truth.
Just like for like journalistic integrity, but it kills me to like
I wish the fantasy ended yesterday.
It kills me to cast any doubt on what Luann said, but I have to.
And I just want to say, Hugh Grant is 1,000% telling the truth, like 1,000%. And he delivered it in the nicest possible way that he could have, but I wish he just shut his mouth, you know?
Yeah, I wish he did, and I wish like he listened to the toast and like knew how well this reflected on him, and like even if none of it was true, like say less.
To let us, yeah.
So he screenshotted the People magazine story about Luann recalling heavily making out with him, and he posted on X, steady on. I do remember meeting a charming Roni, hold the O.
No O, yeah.
Rennie. A charming Rennie in a restaurant. But I'd like to stress it was about 15 years ago. I don't recall shots or kissing, but her memory might be better than mine.
So he's being generous.
He's holding
in saying,
space for the option.
He's being generous in saying like this didn't happen, but like it's possible, like she's not a liar. Maybe I forgot, but he knew the incident. Like he remembers this night. So, and by the way, Luann responded with like a gif of herself. Like she's so iconic. I left feeling yesterday's episode like so joyful. Like I loved this story. I hadn't heard it until you shared it with me, and I thought it was really a positive reflection on everybody involved.
Yeah.
And so for him to like get involved, which I kind of didn't even want him to speak about it. Like, what was Kevin Costner going to talk about it the last time? Like, get away.
Yeah.
Like this is for the girls. And I didn't even I don't know what he could have said that I would have liked, but it's not this.
Unless he said something like jolly good fun.
Best night of my life. Luann, let's do it again soon.
Yeah. But this just, I mean, it could have been worse. Like he could have been like an arse, and he's not being an arse. But he is like casting doubt on a story that meant a lot to us. And it's like, get out of the way.
Yeah. And it was so harmless. I mean, I guess the fact that he is acknowledging that they did have a night together is huge. And the fact that, like he said, it was 15 years ago, I feel like that was like kind of unnecessary. Also, was she a housewife 15 years ago?
Probably, but she would have been married. Like the timing isn't making sense.
Right.
I also thought it was like this summer. The way she was talking about it, she's
Me
like,
too. Or like the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So season 1 aired in 2008. So let's say they filmed it in 2007. How many years ago was that?
17.
Oh, so she was married.
Made that up. No,
so 15 years ago, she was married.
Yeah, so it wasn't 15 years ago.
But maybe he was being like general. It was me, like when I say something was last year and it was last week.
Or 4 months ago, it was 4 years ago.
Right.
Yes, perhaps. So like, don't come in with your correction when you don't have the facts straight.
Yeah, and I actually just really genuinely wish he stayed the hell out of this.
Or maybe like Luann and the Count had an open marriage. I could see it.
I could see it too. What is the Count up to? He got remarried, right?
Count Olaf?
Yeah.
Count
no.
Count de Lesseps.
No. Count Suez.
Count Suez.
Don't forget, the de Lesseps family of yore built the Suez Canal.
So he's not married at the moment.
And Jackie, I want to say, like, the de Lesseps being the ones who built the Suez Canal is a piece of trivia I keep in my back pocket that I cannot wait to come up on Jeopardy. Like, Ben is going to be shocked because there are certain categories me and Ben know, like, we might get, but some categories when they're like, you know, geopolitical, we're like, but there's going to be one day about which royal family built the Suez Canal. And I'm going to say the de Lesseps. And Ben will think that I watched the episode like without him and wrote it down and cheated. Like that's something I'm so looking forward to.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like it's something that's seared in all of our minds. Like, I feel like Ben might know it. Do you know who
Let's ask him.
Do you know which noble family financed the Suez Canal?
Oh, finance. Do you know which noble family financed the Suez Canal? ?
Because the Count wasn't down there with an axe.
And Ben is not going to answer because he's with his girlfriend, Alex Cornicelli.
Oh.
Who I found out is actually not married. She is single. So this will be the last time they're hanging out.
Wow. That would be like a funny way for this story to end. Well, not funny, but funny.
Not funny.
Like,
at all.
Are you ready for our next story?
What number?
4.
Yeah.
Some big podcasting news.
What? Oh, yeah.
Kylie Kelce is launching her own brutally honest podcast. So the Kelce clan is taking their podcasting empire to new heights. Kylie, who's the wife of former Eagles star Jason Kelce, announced on Monday that she will be launching Not Gonna Lie with Kylie Kelce next month, with new episodes released weekly on Thursdays. The show is being produced by Wave Sports and Entertainment, which had been the same outfit that produced New Heights before they moved to Amazon Wondery. She put out a trailer for her show talking about what she's going to talk about, talking about how she almost titled it a bunch of different stuff. To be honest, fuck her and find out, with that Kylie energy. And I think she's got Riz, and I think she's got what it takes.
Yeah, people really like her, and there is so much intrigue in this family. And as much as we were saying, like, we worry about them being overexposed, Kylie is so not that.
No.
I feel like she's so, like, private that this is real. And especially when you think about how much money the Kelce brothers have made in such a short amount of time just due to this weekly podcast, I think that her not doing it would be like leaving money on the table. And there's so much intrigue. Like, it's a brilliant business idea. And she's like a mom, which is, she's so different. Like, it's not going to be even remotely similar to New Heights. Like, there's so many people who love her, and she's like so like Philly famous, but like nationally famous, and she's like mom famous. She has all the things.
Yeah, no, this is like a pocket of their world that hasn't been delved to at all. Like, I think there's so much there. Even the teaser she was talking about, like, they're going to be talking about parenting stuff. She's going to be talking to guests. They'll probably talk about sports stuff because she's a huge sports fan. I think there's so much to talk about, and I think she has got a lot of personality. I think she's going to be great.
Yeah, there also is like a big market. Like, there are other really successful podcasts of famous athletes' wives. Like Kelly Stafford's is really popular. I think that's like something people really enjoy hearing about, especially girls who like sports. I am curious, like, at what point and in what capacity will Taylor get involved in the Kelce podcast universe, like as a guest? Like, obviously I thought it would be New Heights, but like maybe it'll be this one.
Maybe it will be this one. I don't think New Heights doesn't even have guests, so I don't even really, like, aside from like Adam Sandler or whatever, I don't even think she would go on as a guest. But like, maybe when they're married with children, like, she'll pop in the background, like, Travis, pick up your underwear.
Yeah, like Kylie has walked in the background of like Jason's studio being like, can you put the girls to bed? Like, when you podcast from home, that is what happens.
Right. They're just, it's like the Rizzler, you know?
Yeah, well, one of Taylor's cats
was in
an episode, so that's huge.
Yeah, I think it'll be more casual than that. Like, Travis texting Taylor, like, hey, Lur, like, do you know who financed the Suez Canal? Like,
right.
Just
and he hasn't answered yet.
Classic husband-wife stuff.
Correct.
So I think that's what it's more so about. Not like she's going to be sat for an interview. And then maybe like when she has Travis's babies one day, she'll do like a parenting episode with Kylie on her pod.
I'm having his baby. No, I'm not.
The surrogate is. She's due in January.
I wish.
Imagine I'm right.
I don't think you are, but if you are, I'll be really shocked, like, at your ability to predict the future.
The odds that I am are seriously zero, but it's good to put predictions out there. I've got skin in the game now.
1,000%.
It could, maybe not January, maybe February. Give her a little break from errors. Mm-hmm. She is done with errors.
No, there's still a couple of shows in Vancouver. You just making stuff up now?
Every week, I'm like, it's the last eras. I'm sorry, but every day I see headlines, it's the last eras.
She's been in Toronto for a while, too. She did a lot of shows there, I think 5. So I think it was 2 separate weekends, and it felt like the last 2 stops, but it's not.
Every once in a while, I see, like, Swiftie conspiracy theories that, like, have a lot of credit. Yeah, like, I saw that the date of her first era show to her last one will be, the number of days in between the shows.
1,989?
1989, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, sorry, the date of when Scooter bought her music to her last era show.
Got it. Maybe that's when she'll announce Reputation.
Maybe. And then also you saw this Yellow Brick Road theory.
No. Oh my God, not you telling me about theories.
I think I sent it to you that basically, like, there's something to do with Yellow Brick Road in her lore, and her Instagram right now has like a row of yellow leading to the Yellow Brick Road, and then her last show was in Vancouver, which is sometimes called the Emerald City.
By who?
Like, the way you're in the Empire State, in the, like, right. Vancouver's the Emerald City.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing the yellow.
So she's taking the Yellow Brick Road to the Emerald City, and then I don't know what happens from there.
Something to think about.
Yeah. I think it has to do with debut.
Okay. You heard it here first. And before you dive into the 5th story, may I?
You may.
Let everyone know that today's episode is brought to you by Saks.com, the premier digital platform for luxury fashion. With the holidays right around the corner, Saks.com is making it easy to find the perfect gifts for everyone, even the pickiest on our lists, including yourself. They have an expertly curated assortment of fashion, really fabulous brands. So whether you're shopping for that hard-to-please family member, someone that seems to have everything, or even your ultra-stylish bestie, Saks.com has you covered with the most versatile selection of fashion, beauty, home decor, and so much more. Let me tell you why Saks.com is different. One, shopping online for the holidays is the only way to do it. Like, being in store is like so overstimulating. You don't even get the right thing. You just like buy something because you want to leave because you're sweating and you're getting hungry and you feel like you're going to faint. Like, it's really premium, Saks.com. And of course, there are a lot of places you could shop online. I think Saks.com has the most user-friendly website. They have great gift guides and they have the best brands. Like, I feel like Saks.com is a great place to go to find and discover new brands before they become really popular. I feel like their buyers department is just filled with like really cool swirlies who like know what's up and coming. And, you know, obviously shopping for others is important, but shopping for yourself is really important too. You can upgrade party looks this holiday season, treat yourself to top designer brands like Alice and Olivia, Frame, Prada, Gucci, and more. So get ready to be the best gift giver ever and find gifts guaranteed to bring joy to every hard to shop for person this season at Saks.com. Let's make this holiday season memorable for you and your loved ones. If you're looking for gifts that will help you win the holidays, then head to Saks.com now for a seamless shopping experience. Excuse me, that's SAKS.com. Today's episode is also brought to you by Taylor Farms and their chopped salad kits. Taylor Farms chopped salad kits deliver the freshest, best-tasting salads to eat at home or on the go. Taylor Farms, I'm sure you're familiar, they're a family-owned company on a mission to create healthy lives through fresh, delicious food. Their chopped salad kits defy boring in every bag. They come in over 30 flavors and even mini-sized mini salads. Their bases are a unique blend of fresh greens, veggies, created to perfectly complement the toppings and dressings to deliver the best-tasting, flavor-forward salad kits. Now, I know what you're thinking, like bagged salads, Turdy, get with the program. No, Taylor Farms is different. Taylor Farms is special. They are literally like made by chefs. They're so good. The ingredients are chopped, so you don't have to like do all the work. They're fresh. All the different ingredients are packaged individually, so you can really customize it. They make healthy eating easy and delicious. The salads are pre-washed, pre-cut, ready to enjoy, so you can literally eat it out of the bag, which I know a lot of us gals on the go do. But if you're a civilized human being, you could put it in a bowl too and make it nice. So Taylor Farms chopped salad kits are really everything that you need in this life and more. It's also just a great way to get your fresh greens and your daily veggies. The dressings and the toppings are packaged independently, so you can tailor it to your taste and use as much or as little as you'd like. The people are obsessed with their flavors too. I feel like they each have like cult followings. I really like the classic Caesar. That's like my vibe. So whether you're a busy professional, parent, college student, or you've just had too long of a day to think about dinner, check out Taylor Farms salad kits. And their chopped salad kits are available at all major grocery stores. The brand is Taylor Farms. It is the chopped salad kits, and they are available at all major grocery stores. Today's episode is also brought to you by Roback. This holiday season, elevate yours and your loved one's wardrobe with some winter essentials from Roback. So whether you're in need of warm layers for yourself or you're buying gifts for others, Roback has what you need. So everyone is obsessed with their fleece. It's one of their newer products. It's cropped just right. It has like a loose fit. And it's that perfect cozy but chic look. It's the perfect gift for anyone who likes to be active outside in the winter or someone who just wants to be comfortable while relaxing at home. Then their hoodie and jogger sets, all of their like crew neck sets. People are obsessed with their sets. I love them. And I have to say the men's sets are so underrated. But the Clarity hoodie and jogger set is probably what you need most. It's a cotton poly blend. It's ridiculously soft with a cropped hoodie and joggers. Has a really comfortable but also flattering mid-rise fit. So like if you're looking for something that you can wear like laying around the house, but you have to get up and go to the grocery store, walk the dog, like you can not have to change your clothes and like still look like a presentable human being. The Tempo hoodie and jogger set is also one of their best sellers. It's probably one of my favorites too. It's a great fabric. The joggers are cut at the perfect length. So check out their sets. I love sets. I wear sets like multiple times a week just because it's so easy. And I think for men, it's really hard to like wear sweats or wear sets that don't look slobbish, and it's hard to be like comfortable. I feel like men are always wearing jeans. So Roback makes great gifts for the holidays for the man in your life, whether that's an uncle, a brother, a husband, a cousin. And Roback is having their biggest sale of the year. It's 20% off the entire website for all customers. 20% off hoodies, joggers, fleeces, and more. There's no code. Just head over to Roback, RHOBACK.com. Introduce others to the most comfortable activewear in the game this holiday season at Roback.com.
Thank you, Turdback.
You're welcome, Jertback.
Our fifth and final story. Glen Powell says his Lookalike contest winner will get their parents or any family member of their choice a cameo in his next film. So all of a sudden...
Oh my God. I saw this headline and I thought it was like a cameo, like a video.
No, they will be in his next
That's
movie.
Cool.
That is cool, but like what? I woke up one day and everybody's having a Lookalike contest. Explain.
Well, Timothée Chalamet went to that one, and I think it like was such good PR, and people started then throwing them even more frequently because the chance of your favorite celebrity showing up is now like increased 10x. So they just started becoming, I don't know if people were doing it before, but they were definitely doing it more after Timothée Chalamet, and they were getting more attention because of the Timothée Chalamet thing. So now it's kind of becoming a running joke, and celebrities getting involved. It's like kind of just good, easy PR.
Yeah.
And I think this is great.
So Glen Powell called into his own lookalike contest in Austin on Sunday to give the winner a very special prize, a cameo in his next film. But not for the winner himself, but for the lookalike's parents or any family member of their
you can't
choice.
have like a Glen Powell lookalike in your movie. That's confusing.
That is confusing. Could have been a stunt double. Also, like Glen's parents often show up in his movies. He gives like his own parents cameos.
Oh.
So he's giving his lookalikes family members cameos. And also Glen's mother was at the lookalike contest and she chose the winner.
Let me tell you, Glen Powell is well on his way. Like everything I hear about this guy, I love. He's so handsome. He's really talented. Like I think that was probably the biggest shock for me when I actually first saw him act in something. I was like, wait, he's really good. Every time I hear something about him, like it's so overwhelmingly positive, like family man. I love this man.
Yeah, the winner was a physician's assistant named Maxwell Braunstein. He did look like him. He was dressed in like the Top Gun.
Okay, wait, now I need
fit.
to say, because some of these people they be choosing are like not even remotely lookalikes.
It's always like number 2 and 3 look nothing like them, but usually number 1 is the real true lookalike. Maxwell Braunstein.
The Jeremy Allen White one, like the people were wins. Every single one. I couldn't pick a winner.
That's funny. The winner received $5, a cowboy hat, free queso from Torchy's Tacos for a year, and a special message from Glen himself, who was on FaceTime with his mom during the event.
You know what? He doesn't not. Honestly, he's got that really cute smile. That's like Glen Powell's thing. He's got a really beautiful smile.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The
Turdy.
mom. I like that they did in Austin. I feel like he's like Austin famous. Do you know what I mean?
Does he live there?
I think so. Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
So all just sweetness around, free PR for Glen Powell, and we ate it up.
And we are the problem. We are just cogs in a machine.
We are. I think, however, our awareness of our cog-like nature definitely offsets some of the damage.
I don't even know what you just said, but I completely agree.
It's just that, like, we're aware. You know, acceptance is the first step.
Right. We're like self-aware cogs. You know?
And also sometimes, like, I feel like we fuck with the machine, you know?
1,000. We are always fucking with the machine.
But
like,
we sometimes do our cog-like work, but other times we fuck shit up.
We sometimes do our cog-like work.
And
like today.
I'm a cog for Glen Powell, I would say.
Yes. There are certain things, institutions, human beings I'm happy to be a cog for.
Yeah, I think we're cogs for Wicked right now, unknowingly.
1,000%.
And sometimes we're not. You know, sometimes we're going to call it out. There's some things some people can't do, and we're never going to forget what they did. Balenciaga.
Yeah.
Tarek.
We all have our mountains.
Actually, at this point, you are a cog for Tarek. Nobody gives him more credit.
I am make up for at least 50% of the engagement on his social media because I get tagged. If you go through any sort of Tarek, if you go to like a TikTok, especially if one of his wives, ex or current, is in it, every single tag is me. Actually, the most embarrassing thing happened to me today. Cody Simpson posted a TikTok. He doesn't have like a ton of engagement. He posted a TikTok of himself singing Wicked, which I guess is like extremely toast coded. Jackie, we were half the comments at Claudia at Toast Podcast. Like, it's so embarrassing.
Oh my God.
I'm sure people are like, why are they tagging this random girl?
Oh my God. Well, I was going to say, I think at this point, like, we need to have Tarek on the podcast.
I thought you were going to say we need to have Cody Simpson, and we do.
Well, we do need to have Cody Simpson.
I could never in my life look at Tarek in the eyes. Like, I would
After everything that's been said.
I would pass away, like, on the spot.
I want to put it out there. Like, if Tarek wants to come on, this is like the outreach I'm going to do. Like, we're not following up. Like, if this makes its way to Tarek, like, we would love to have you on the pod. Just like really full circle.
And by the way, you're not going to be able to like get away with not talking about the armed hike. That's just obvious. Well, I think that he probably goes into interviews and says, I don't want to talk about the armed hike.
And we can talk about other stuff too, but like, of course. Tarek.
Yeah.
T-A-M. T-A-H.
Yeah. T-O-T-T. Tarek on the toast.
T-O-T. Oh my God, now everyone's going to comment that.
No. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Guys, please don't.
No.
It's time for our weekly advice segment, which usually happens on Wednesdays, but we moved it to Tuesday. It's like a whole long story. It's Dear Toasters, our weekly advice segment where Jackie and I do our best to help the swirlies in need. You can reach out to us if you're in need of help. Anything from relationships to work to bodily, issues you're having, whatever it is. We are not medical professionals, though, so please keep that in mind. You can send us an email, deartoasters@gmail.com, or head over to our website, thetoastpodcast.com. Both options are totally anonymous, so don't worry, we'll never blow up your spot. And let's dive in, shall we?
Let's do it.
This one actually makes me sad. I went on a first date last night, and while I was in the bathroom, he texted me. She lives in a studio. She's not as tubby as I thought. How do I appropriately ruin this man's life? Sincerely, a 22-year-old toaster who needs a swirly's advice. She got a text that wasn't meant for her, which is probably the worst thing to happen to a human being on the planet. But after a first date, so it's someone's just initial first impression of you. The fact that he had to remark that you lived in a studio.
Is that good?
Is that good or bad?
I would enjoy that you live alone. Obviously, we're never seeing or speaking to this person ever again.
I know, but how does she move on? She should. Oh, you know what you should do? I don't know if you responded, but you should send it back, what you would text your friend.
Yeah, he has 3 roommates and he smells.
right. Doesn't know how to dress. Literally, whatever your thoughts were. Say it in a way that's not overtly mean, but just merely observational.
Just know something he has 3 roommates and he had lettuce in his teeth.
Yeah. I like that.
It's important. He had pepper in his teeth. Period. So awkward. I didn't know what to say.
I found it so unattractive. Tubby is such a mean word. I guess it actually you could use a different word that is meaner. Tubby, I guess, is meant to be endearing.
Yeah, but it's if he thought you were so tubby, why did he go on a date? Or unless he wanted you to be tubbier?
Oh, maybe he's one of those. I just think that I need to see what this man looks like because it's always the ugliest motherfuckers who have the most to say about other people's looks. I just know this man was truly fucking heinous.
Yeah. The good news is it was the first date, so you weren't in love with him. You don't have to get over him, and you dodged a bullet. Thanks for sending his text to me. You might have gone out with him again.
Yes, that's true. In terms of how to actually make yourself feel better, I really do like the route of you sending seriously exactly what he said about you, something about his living situation or his work situation and his physical appearance.
Yeah,
that will make you feel better.
I love it.
I feel better.
Fight fire with fire, an eye for an eye.
And I'm such a fan of an eye for an eye, and this is what I say every time we do Dear Toasters, and I think people don't agree with me. An eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. No, and good, because if I'm blind, you should be too.
No, you can still see out of the other eye.
So true. Okay, ready for our next one?
Mm-hmm.
Swirlies, I am livid. Long story short, I was venting to my husband about his family, and in the middle of our argument / my vent session, he pulls out his phone, calls his mother, and says, "Why don't you just say it to her face?" I immediately grabbed the phone, hung up, and had a wave of anger come over me that I've never felt before. I felt so betrayed and taken aback by his behavior. I tried explaining to him how insane that was for him to do, but he does not seem to understand the severity of his actions. Am I fucking nuts, or was this a giant breach in trust and just truly insane behavior?
Insane behavior. You're so right for your wave of anger. Not a breach of trust because he did it in front of you. It's not he recorded you and sent it to them. He's just he's a pussy and he needs to man up, and he wants to he doesn't want to have to be the middleman between your grievances and then airing them to them. So he's do it yourself, but it's you're there to protect me, and he needs to learn that and understand that. But it's hard.
No, he's so lazy and so in this situation, it would be his job to be the mediator. You tell him your raw feelings, he repackages it and says it to his mother and tries to get peace between the two. And he's so uninterested in being that person that he's just it's your problem. You're the one with the feelings. Why don't you call my mother? Hate, unacceptable. And by the way, if you do have a problem with your mother-in-law, you're talking to the right person. Do not speak to her directly. It's literally your husband's job to reel in his mother. And I'm sorry, that sucks. Did the mom pick up? It felt like it was just all kind of happened very quickly.
Yeah, I think she hung up before she could pick up.
Okay, good. And you need to hammer. It's so annoying when you're hammering in a point and it's it seems so small and stupid, but you still want to, you just a dog with a bone and you won't let something go. But it's so important that you understand the severity of this.
Yeah. As far as moving forward, what to do next time, it's on him to understand, that's his role. That's anyone's role. In for you and your family, you are the one, you're the go-between. That's anyone's job. I don't know how you can make him get that. But I'm sure there's punishments that you can think of.
Yeah, that you can come up with. Just also keep
I'm sure there's things
talking.
you can withhold.
At some point, he'll also, if you just keep pestering him about it, like he'll give in just out of sheer like annoyance. And however you get him to do what you want to do, like that's marriage, and you just have to do it.
Right. And like, are they trying to get you to do something? Like withhold whatever it is, like until your point is made.
1000%. Our third and final Dear Toasters, actually somebody wrote in because they were so inspired by last Dear Toasters about the girl whose husband was getting a massage from his sister, okay? And she's like, hold my beer. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, Swirlies.
Oh, gosh.
I'm about to one-up the husband getting a massage from his sister submission because my husband's family is on another level. The siblings, who are all grown, frequently give each other massages. I'm talking essential oils and everything. They wrestle. They kiss on the lips when they leave. All of it. I personally come from a very non-touchy family, and this was very odd for me when I married in. All that to say, I don't think a thing of it, and I've really gotten used to it until this. My husband, his sister, and I were all in the hot tub one night, and when we got out, they both wanted to rinse off.
There's your first problem.
Yeah, they both wanted to rinse off. I hear the water running, and I know my husband was in there, so I pop my head in to tell him that I'm going to get our son ready to go, and his sister pops her head out of the shower too. They were both in swimsuits, taking a shower together, but the visual gave me such an ick. Once again, they thought nothing of it, but I cannot move past this. Am I being dramatic? I know there was nothing nefarious going on, but it's just really weird, right?
It's so weird. Here's the thing. I don't think you can change this family. This is who they are. I don't think anything like beyond that is what's happening. I just think this is so crazy, and I just think you need like friends and people to vent to about it and laugh about it with, and then move on. I think they're gonna they're gonna wrestle.
I just want to say but Jackie, this, where does this family draw the line? They're showering together, kissing on the lips. Like
stop.
No, seriously, and it's like we're just a touchy family, so we have sex. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, I think that's where we'll draw the line. Okay, until then,
wait, Jackie. Is this going to be my family? Like, I'm such an affectionate person.
Yeah. And we kiss on the lips.
What if your kids learn from you? So I'm giving everyone hugs and kisses. I
think that when you have mixed gendered children, you draw those lines.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I don't have those lines because we grew up, and especially for most of our childhood, it was single momhood. It was literally only girls in our house for most of our lives.
Right. Not an issue.
Not an issue. Yeah. Okay. So
I don't think you have to worry that your husband's going to cheat on you with his sister. It's just you need people to laugh about this with, and we're here for you. And
to validate, because when you come from such an opposite, you're like, am I crazy or are them? They are.
Yeah, but here, all the things isolated actually would, except for the shower. The shower.
No, the shower.
But, kissing on the lips, it's not that crazy, and Tom Brady does it. So,
Jackie, I thought at first when I was reading it, I was because they were out in the hot tub, I thought they took an outdoor shower together, which is different. Those outdoor showers.
I wasn't visiting outdoor shower.
No, she popped her head. She said, "I opened the door." So they were in a bathroom.
Maybe to the outdoor shower.
No, I had hoped that it was the outdoor shower. It was in an indoor bathroom.
Just stop, okay? I understand why you have the ick. This is not okay. But it's just learned behavior. Maybe over the years you can try and
subliminal message.
Show him another way. But that's tough.
It is tough. It is also tough. That's a thing about marriage. When you come from really different families in terms of touchiness. That's a part of merging a life that not enough people talk about. I think me and Ben are pretty on the same page, but there are people who are so different, like this girl, because she said not only is he extreme, but she's extreme too. Her family was not touchy at all.
Yeah, that must be.
And I know
really
you as a
shocking.
person.
I'm not a super touchy person, but I come from the ilk of touchiness.
Yes, so you don't think touchiness is weird.
No, and I'm very touchy.
And you're used to being touched.
Yeah, but I'm also I'm very touchy with my children.
Yeah.
It's just different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel those were actually great Dear Toasters as we go into the holiday weekend and you spend time with, chosen and given family.
And I just want to say, I think next week's Dear Toasters are going to be lit because people really with families and, meeting of in-laws, a lot can happen on a holiday weekend.
Just, it's temporary situation.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, what's just icky and, what's a deal breaker. That's, seeing your husband in the shower with his sister is icky. Yes, you are right for that.
I think it's a deal breaker.
In swimsuits?
Had they been naked, it would have been a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Before we head off for the holiday weekend, Jackson and I just wanted to say, we are so thankful, the spirit of thanks, so grateful, so thankful for the toasters, everybody who listens and just supports us. We love you guys so much. Hopefully the toast has brought you great joy and laughter this year. Want to say thanks to our families. We are grateful to them. Thanks to our toasters serving in the forces, the armed ones, toasters overseas, all the toasters. We love you so much, and not enough to do a show tomorrow, but a lot.
We do. We love you a whole lot. We're so thankful for you. We're so thankful for this show, this business, and I'm thankful for Turdy.
Jert, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for Jert. There's no Queenie and Weenie this week, so I guess that makes you the Queenie and me the Weenie.
Or both of us Queenie. A tie for Queen, a tie for Ween.
Queen, Luann. Ween, Hugh.
What did we talk about today? Queen.
Schwartz and Sandy's, Wicked.
Queen, Wicked.
Yeah.
Ween.
Bach.
Yeah.
That's our show, you guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Toast and Monday Morning Show, where we deliver the best 5 stories you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as podcasts and where podcasts can be found. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Blog, Radio, Castbox, all the places where we listen to podcasts. Find us, the Toast, leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and wickedly talented we are.
It's also
It's different.
It's so full circle. Wickedly talented comes from the wickedly talented Adele Dazeem, and I didn't even realize John Travolta was trying to really bring it back to Wicked.
No, that was like what the script had written for him. He was still reading the script up until that point.
No, but it was punny because Adele Dazeem is from Wicked, and now we're the wickedly talented, and all we talk about is Wicked. So it's quite full circle. I think you should wear this hat to the party tonight.
1,000%.
Love ya. Bye.